Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into the absolute engine of true digital transformation. If you're a business leader or an IT decision maker, you know that scaling a company takes way more than just brute force. It takes intelligent architecture. Today, we're exploring insights from Softwin on how custom automation and AI-powered solutions are creating seamless, scalable experiences for the most innovative enterprises out there. We're going to break down exactly how the right tech simplifies those crazy complex processes and drives real, measurable growth.
But first, I want you to ask yourself a quick, honestly pretty serious question. How many hours a week does your team spend on repetitive tasks, the exact same tasks, day in and day out? Think about the hidden costs here, the endless copy and pasting data between mismatched systems, chasing down those approval emails, manually checking to make sure a purchase order actually matches the invoice. If you really had to calculate a number right now, the sheer amount of expensive human capital spent on this stuff is probably way higher than you'd like to admit.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today's briefing. 1. The manual process problem. 2. The custom application advantage. 3. Real business transformation impact. 4. A blueprint for building properly. And 5. Avoiding common automation mistakes.
All right, starting with Section 1, the manual process problem. Let's look at those hidden costs.
Here's the thing most businesses actually get wrong when they start feeling the pain of these manual inefficiencies. They just assume the fix is, hey, let's go buy more software. They look for a generic, off-the-shelf tool. But as the source material points out, most off-the-shelf software is built for a generalized, hypothetical version of a business. It's not built for the enterprise you actually run. It totally ignores your unique operational quirks, your specific exceptions, or those fragmented legacy systems you've essentially duct-taped together over the years. More often than not, the real fix is a custom-built application.
Which brings us to Section 2, the custom application advantage. This is what real workflow automation looks like. Just to set a clear baseline here, business process automation simply means using software and increasingly these amazing, intelligent AI-powered capabilities to execute manual tasks that a human historically had to do by hand. We're talking data entry, complex approval chains, automated notifications, reporting, reconciliation, the whole shebang. Now sure, generic tools handle the basic stuff perfectly fine, but a custom app? That is a completely different tier of technology. It's built specifically for how your business actually works. And this brilliantly illustrates why custom automation is such a game changer. Think of it as a custom-built central nervous system for your operations. It plugs directly into the systems you already rely on, like your ERP, CRM, or accounting software, seamlessly communicating through APIs. It doesn't force you to change how you work. It follows your exact business rules, down to the most complicated exceptions. It effortlessly handles workflows across multiple departments. And maybe most importantly, it grows and changes dynamically right alongside your business. You're never left waiting on some external vendor for a critical feature update. Moving to Section 3, real business transformation impact. Let's talk measurable ROI. The real impact of custom automation shows up in hard numbers. First up, time back. Every automated task gives valuable hours back to your people, letting humans do what humans do best. High-value, strategic work. Next, fewer mistakes. Manual entry is literally a breeding ground for duplicate orders and missed invoices. Enterprise-grade automation completely neutralizes that. Third, better visibility. Having real-time, automated data flows absolutely destroys relying on some old spreadsheet that someone forgot to update 3 weeks ago. And finally, growth. A robust custom system lets you scale up your operational volume massively without constantly adding headcount. That is true scalability.
Let's shift gears to Section 4, Blueprint for Building Properly. Here is how the experts actually execute this.
Building custom automation is a deeply strategic process. It's not just blindly writing code. Step 1 is absolutely critical. Map the entire process first. Every handoff, every system touched. Interestingly, Softwin notes that just mapping the process often exposes steps nobody even needs to do anymore. Step 2, pick your candidates. Focus on repetitive, rule-based tasks. Step 3, integrate with your existing infrastructure so you aren't just creating new, disconnected data silos. Step 4, build the actual business logic and those tricky edge cases. And Step 5, test against real-world scenarios, not just perfect, happy path assumptions.
I really want to pause on this brilliant quote from Softwin. Understand the real workflow, then build the smallest thing that solves it well. This is just a masterclass in modern tech strategy. When you build custom apps, you really shouldn't start with the flashiest idea. Start with the stuff your people complain about the most.
Routine, boring, but mission-critical workflows like invoice approvals or inventory reconciliation, that's where you find the absolute best ROI. You don't want some massive, bloated platform nobody asked for. You want an elegant, highly focused solution.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Avoiding Common Automation Mistakes.
So, the crucial point is this. You absolutely cannot automate your way out of bad process design. If you automate a broken process, you're really just making that inefficiency happen a whole lot faster. Other major pitfalls? Trying to automate everything all at once, instead of just picking one high-impact area. Skipping change management is another big one. Look, the best technology in the world fails if your team doesn't trust it and quietly works around it. Also, underestimating legacy system integrations can completely derail you. And lastly, defaulting to custom when you honestly don't need it. Sometimes a generic tool really is the right call for simple tasks.
Now, this usually brings up a common question. Isn't this exactly what no-code tools like Zapier or Power Automate are for? And the answer is yes, up to a point. No-code tools are fantastic for simple, predefined connections. They're a great starting point. But custom apps step in when your business logic, your integrations, or just the sheer scale of your operations completely outgrows what a simple no-code tool can reliably handle. Custom automation is all about durability, security, and true enterprise-grade performance.
We're going to leave you with this final thought. Manual processes are super easy to ignore when your company is small, but as you grow, they silently become incredibly expensive. So ask yourself, is your team quietly living with expensive manual processes that need a durable, custom fix? Because if you're relying on generic templates for highly specific workflows, it might just be time to map out your real processes and see how custom AI and automation can completely transform your business. Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and we will see you on the next deep dive into the technology that's shaping our future.